Good afternoon, everyone. So today we're talking about the concept and themes of gender roles, discrimination, and equality. Gender plays an important role in shaping society. Issues of inequality still exist worldwide. This presentation explores gender roles, gender discrimination, and gender equality. So first, we'll tackle about the gender roles. So gender roles is a social expectations assigned to people based on gender, learned through culture, family, and media, can change over time and across societies. So when we say gender roles, it is like a script that society expect you to follow based on your gender. It is a social expectations about how men and women should act. So, ang gender roles is mo siya script kung unsa imong dapat buhaton as a man, unsa imong buhaton as a woman. Mo na mga expectations sa mga tao nimo nga ug magkamali ka, wala naabot ang um, ilang expectations nimo i-judge dayon ka, i-discriminate dayon kanila. So, examples sa gender roles is are men as leaders or providers. So, gi-expect sa society nga ang men ang mahimong leader ug mahimong provider sa kapamilya. And ang women as caregivers or homemakers, no? Ang women daw sila ang ara sa balay, mag-alaga sa bata, magkuan sa may magbuhat sa mga household chores. They also expect that women are expected to be nurturing and sensitive, while men are often conditioned to be assertive and withhold emotions. No? Mao sa gini ang kasagaran sa society nga ang mga babae sensitive while ang mga laki they have a strong emotions. Mao na ang uban makakita gani og kanang mga lalaki nga mohilak, no, they think that they are gay or ila ding mo na they are weak. Mo na ang mga lalaki kanang tagsa ra gyud ang mga lalaki nga magpakita silang emotions because dili man mao ang expectation sa society nila. Ma-judge man dayon sila if ipakita nila ilang weak side. So next is the key ideas about gender role. It is not biologically determined. So when we say not biologically determined, so ang biological. So when we say biological is innate nimo, no? Innate. Gikan pa lang sa pagpanganak is naa na nimo. Example is the eye color. Gikan pagpanganak, black ang imong eye color, hantod mo dako black na gina siya. That is the biological. So diri sa gender role is dili siya biological because dili man innate nato ni siya. Instead, ma-learned ni siya. Ato ni siyang ma-learned. That's why dili siya biological determined. Next, influence by society and culture. So, kining gender role is gi-create ra sa din siya sa culture, media, and family. Gi-create siya sa society. Can limit personal freedom and opportunities. It limits our freedom. No, kini nga rules can be restrictive because they may stop someone from pursuing a job or hobby simply because it doesn't fit their gender. Example, when example is basketball. 'Di ba? Ang basketball is sa society lang expectations ang lalaki ray mo duwa og basketball. Wala sila ga-expect nga ang babae mo duwa og basketball. Kasagaran mga laki jud na. So when a girl nga mo duwa og basketball, naagi masulti ang mga tao about ana. Because wala man siya dili man na mawang expectations sa mga tao. Okay, so next is gender discrimination. What is gender discrimination? It is unfair treatment based on gender, happens when people are denied rights or opportunities. So, on gender discrimination, when someone is treated unfairly or loses out on opportunities just because of their gender. So, example aniya is you're a girl pero manamit ka, and how the way you act is pang lalaki, I mean. Babae ka pero imong nilihokan, imong sinuotan is pang lalaki. So that, yeah. And then some people will discriminate you just because how you act and unsa ka manamit. So example ani is another example is unequal pay. So example sa unequal pay is same ra mog trabaho but mas gamay imong sweldo kaysa sa iyaha. Or job discrimination, kanang you are not being hired or promoted because of gender, because they think dili na fit nimo ang kana nga role, that's why wala ka nila gi-hire or wala ka nila gi-promote. And when say stereotypes, assuming someone can't do a task based on whether they are man or women. So example aning stereotypes is the leadership, no? They think that you're a girl, dili na fit nimo ang kana nga dili nimo fit nga mahimong leader sa usa ka trabaho. That's stereotypes. So next, we have forms of gender discrimination. The direct discrimination and indirect discrimination. So indirect discrimination is the obvious unequal treatment, clear and obvious. So example, a company explicitly stating they won't hire someone because they are woman. That is a direct discrimination. Obvious kaayo siya. While the indirect discrimination is hidden or systematic bias, this is less obvious. Example is, mahitabo ni siya if ang rule is applied siya for everyone but ends up putting on one gender at a disadvantage. Example, requiring a high school diploma and long-term experience for a job that doesn't strictly need. So it can disadvantage sa mga younger workers na wala pa experience, no? Usually mahitabo gyud siya sa Pilipinas. So ang Pilipinas, no, in terms of job, in terms of requirements sa job, they have a higher standard. Mangita sila og experience. But this kanang this is a disadvantage para sa mga bag-o pang mandrabaho, no? Kay wala pa man sila, of course wala pa sila experience, but ginid sa company nga naay experience. So disadvantage gyud siya sa mga younger workers na wala pa experience. So common areas na mahitabo ni siya sa workplace, politics and education. So next is gender equality. So it is equal rights, responsibilities, and opportunities for all genders. Everyone has access to the same resources and chances. So gender equality means that a person's gender should not determine their rights or what they can achieve in life. It doesn't mean you are women, diha ra na kutob ang imong ma-achieve. It doesn't mean nga you're a man, diha ra ka kutob. No. Gender doesn't define kung unsa imong maabot ug unsa ka karon. So, ang gender equality, it has equal treatment. Everyone gets the same rights and responsibilities. Na siya equal opportunities, no, sa job, sa education. And then ang goal niya is to create a society that is fair and includes everyone. So that's the gender equality. So examples, gender balance leadership, no? Dili kay abi man lalaki siya deserve niya mahimong leader. Abi man babae siya dili niya deserve mahimong leader. Dapat fair. Deserve sa babae, deserve sa lalaki. Next is safety and freedom from bias. So next is the relationship between the three concepts. Gender roles can lead to discrimination. Discrimination prevents equality, and equality challenges harmful gender roles. Next, gender roles, discrimination, and equality are interconnected concepts focusing on how society constructs, treats, and values individuals based on their perceived or assigned gender. Gender roles are social expectations. Discrimination arises when these roles lead to unequal treatment, and equality is the goal of ensuring equality rights and opportunities regardless of gender. So, ang gender roles, mo siya expectation sa society nimo. Masud ang discrimination if unequal na ang treatment. Unequal ang treatment in both girls and boys. In both men and women. And then equality mo ni siya ang kanang na equal rights and opportunities regardless sa imong gender, mababae malalaki man, both na have a same opportunities. So society creates expectations which can lead to unfair treatment, which is discrimination. So the solution is making sure everyone is treated fairly and equally. So that's all my topic for today, and thank you for listening.